In the colder months, you can feel a little messy and frumpy when it comes to getting dressed. Probably because we're so focused on feeling comfortable and warm. We don't have to compromise our style because of that. And I decided to make this video to share 4 easy and practical steps for you to get dressed in a very effortless way without feeling like you're trying too hard and still look really polished and put together. The first and maybe the most important step is to pay attention to the fabric that you're purchasing, and this is something I can't address enough. I have talked about this here on the channel so many times, and especially in the colder months. I don't know if this ever happened to you, but you saw that beautiful knit online and it looked beautiful. It was that perfect design and cut that you wanted, maybe the right color. But then when you wore, it felt a little sheer, or maybe it was too flimsy, or perhaps you even wore a few times and the sweater just didn't look the same or didn't keep you warm at all. Because when you go with synthetics, you do freeze. It doesn't matter how beautiful and how thick the fabric is. If it's nylon, polyester, polyamide, acrylic, you will just freeze because these don't really give you any warmth. So during the colder months, I think one of the most important steps is to pay attention to which fabric you're wearing. I have, of course, some examples to show you here with all these steps. And the first one is this sweater that I'm wearing. This has a medium thick weight, I would say. So it's a bit of a thick knit. And it's one of those that don't feel too bulky because you can tuck it in, you can wear as is, but still gives you a lot of warmth. And you can see it's a beautiful thick fabric. Like right away you can tell it's a really great quality. This is 100% wool. The color is really pretty. It's one of my favorites because I am absolutely crazy for green, especially this shade of green, this olive. And one of the things I like the most about this sweater besides the fabric is the length, because it will not cut you in half. Well, depends on your height, of course, but at least my experience has been that. You can see that you can still tuck it in, but it looks really nice and not overwhelming when it's just as is. So paying attention to fabric, definitely one thing that's really important. And I'll be sharing so many pieces here as well as coats, so you can see how important this is, not just for you to get warm, but also to feel your best. And that brings me to the second step, which is to pay attention to the silhouette and the cut of the clothes you're wearing. This is not less important when it comes to being stylish and feeling your best. The first one is mostly because you want to feel great, you want to feel warm, comfortable, but also stylish. But that second one, I would say it's almost specifically because of the style and how you want to look in terms of your proportions. So paying attention to the right cut is really important. And nothing better than jeans to exemplify this, because if you get the wrong jeans, the wrong style for you, maybe flare jeans or straight leg pants or barrel leg, there's just so many out there and it can be overwhelming. But once you understand your proportions and you know what looks best on you, then you stick to that, and it makes such a difference when you're getting dressed. So lately I've been loving straight leg jeans. I think these are probably the most flattering style for my body. I would say I've been really in love with these. And the barrel leg trend, it's something I hated, but now I'm actually really into it. But today we're talking about the straight leg style, and these are the perfect cut if you are curvy as well. So these don't leave a gap if you are curvy. They're actually not essentially curvy style, but because they have some stretch, this is 99% cotton and 1% elastane, so it gives you that enough stretch to just make it really flattering on your body. Another great part about these jeans is the length. So if you are petite, of course these are petite friendly, and if you're about my height, I would say this is really great. If you're much taller, I would stay away from these because it will be too short for you. And not less important, it's when it comes to tops, I think knowing the right length also can make it or break your outfit, because if you wear something that's too long, especially if you have a small frame, it might cut you in half and change your proportions so much to the point that you look at yourself and you won't even recognize your body because it just doesn't look as is. And this knit, for example, it's quite bulky, and usually bulky knits, they can feel a little overwhelming depending on our frame. On me at least, this is how it goes, especially those that hit my hips. That's the largest part of my body. So this one in particular, it is a bulkier knit, but I love the fact that the fabric still drapes a bit and looks really flattering. You can see it's also a very thick fabric like this one that I'm wearing. It's even thicker. It's also wool. And the fabric for this one really caught my eye because when I saw online and I picked this, I thought it looked really pretty, but in real life, you can see there's more threads, like more colors. There's even a little bit of lurex, which is shiny thread, which I think brings a lot of interest to the outfit. What I love about this one as well is that it looks really nice all buttoned up, but you can see that as a cardigan, it's also a fantastic way to wear it. It has this beautiful style for the buttons, which is so unique, not something that you see all the time. So I definitely wanted to share those two pieces with you so you can see, of course, with your own pieces in your wardrobe, or these if you decide to get them. But my point here with this video is to teach you and just help you understand which steps are great when you're trying to get dressed and you want to feel your best. The third step, and very important one, is the color palette. Now this, of course, can change from person to person. I think what I want to say about color palette here is two things. First, when you know your color palette and you have them in your wardrobe, everything kind of mixes and matches. And that makes your life a lot easier when getting dressed. So I think sticking to one color palette, it doesn't mean you can't explore and try new colors, but just understanding the ones that look the best, like make you look the best, is definitely a great thing to know when you're interested in getting dressed better. And the second thing, of course, when it comes to these color combinations is to really explore. So you can go bold with very vibrant pieces, but you can also style neutrals. Some of my favorite color combos, at least for fall and winter, I would say I definitely prefer neutrals. And if you see my videos, you will see that I absolutely love greens and brown tones. But because I have a brown video coming up next week, I wanted to style instead gray for you. I love gray. I think it's such a beautiful, sophisticated, modern color. And it's actually really easy to pair with bold, vibrant pieces if you like, or go monochromatic, tonal. With black it looks great, with white, with the lighter gray, I think it looks really, really beautiful. But today I wanted to pick my three favorite color combos with gray just to inspire you. This first one is with red, and I do think not everybody loves that because it's such a bold one. I think it's a beautiful contrast between this vibrancy of red and this stillness of gray. I think both of them together, it's like a really striking combination. I get that it's not for everyone, but I also picked burgundy, which is a stunning color, one of my favorite colors, especially for fall and winter. I think they really complement each other. They're both kind of cool tones here, and because of that, it really looks cohesive and so pretty. Now there are many tones of burgundy, and perhaps you prefer to go with a maroon, which is a more, I would say, a warmer tone of burgundy, or you can go with a dark pink, something like that, that will feel a little more vibrant than a maroon. So it's really a matter of your choice and how it looks on your skin tone. It's so important to pay attention to that when you are getting dressed, because if you take a photo, for example, of an outfit that you truly love, you can replicate that. You can wear it again, and whenever you don't know what to wear, you can go back always to this and pick this because you already know it works. Another way to identify is by compliments, because sometimes we get compliments from people and we don't really know why. Obviously, we get compliments that are not true, but I'm sure you know when it's true. And it's important to identify these because usually when you're wearing your best colors, people will tell, you will notice because there's something special happening there. So another beautiful color combination besides red and burgundy is from the same family, it's pink. And if you go with a dusty pink, like these dusty pink pants that I'm wearing, you will notice that it really softens the outfit and it feels a little bit on the sweeter side instead of this striking burgundy combination. I love all of them, and I think depending on your mood, you can go with either. I would say that this coat was one of the best coats I've tried from Petite Studio. Petite Studio is the first and only fashionable trending clothing brand that's designed exclusively for petite women. So they are a slow fashion indie brand, and they create limited edition curated collections, all tailored for real petites. The brand is run by a team of petites here based in New York City. Now they're actually having a really good sale, which is the Black Friday sale, so you can take advantage of that. Some of their pieces are going like up to 60% off, and the discounts are automatically applied. If you see this video after Black Friday, then you can use my discount code, which I put in the description box below, as well as all the measurements and the sizes that I'm wearing here. Now this coat, just as the first piece that I mentioned that I reviewed for you, has a wonderful fabric. This is 80% wool. It has camel hair and it has also silk, mulberry silk. So a wonderful, wonderful, super comfortable piece to wear. This one, even if you're not wearing something thick underneath, it would still touch your skin and it will feel amazing, because sometimes wool coats can be really scratchy, but this one is not one of them. It's super versatile. That's probably one of the best things about this coat, is because you can wear just buttoned with the button. You can wear with a wrap, like a tie in the front, and you can also put the scarf on the top of it. They have a matching scarf, which I really appreciate. I can't stress enough how much I like matching scarves, because they make your life so much easier. If you have two pieces coordinating already, it's just so much easier to accessorize, to choose your pants or maybe choose your shoes, your bags. So definitely one thing that I love. Petite Studios sent me all these pieces, but I was the one who picked every single one of them based on what I love and of course what I wanted to share with you. And I want to thank them for kindly sponsoring this video. Now, one more piece I wanted to show you that's still gray, and I think it goes onto the color combination part that I was talking about, the color palette. I think gray is a really beautiful color for this time of the year, but it's easily a color that you can wear in the summer and spring as well, in the warmer months. And it's not that blue that we have in our wardrobes. Sometimes when we're going for jeans, the first thing that we think about is like the blue jeans, the traditional, like the original ones. So having a pair in gray is really great. Now this one is not as flattering as the first one that I showed you. The blue one actually has elastane, so on my body frame it's much better. This one's 100% cotton. So in terms of quality, that's a great piece. However, it doesn't really have elastane. So if you are curvy, I would say these are not the most flattering for you. I still wanted to show you them because I'm keeping them, and I really love wearing them with something that covers the waist. Because if I have a piece that covers my waist, then I don't have any problem with that piece. Other than that, it just looks really unflattering on me. But these were really comfortable, and I wanted to make sure I would add here because gray is a really great color for fall and winter. Now for the fourth step, and maybe I won't say the most important, but it's as important as the first one, is to choose good coats. It doesn't really matter if you have a beautiful foundation, if you have the right fabric pieces like clothes, the knits, the pants, but then you get a coat that doesn't keep you warm. So paying attention to coats that have at least 60% wool, 70%, if you can go with 100%, that's definitely better. But even if it has 60 to 70, I would say will keep you warm enough. And this first coat I want to show you is this white, beautiful boucle style, which is never out of style, honestly. And the color is perfect for this time of the year. You can wear this on the colder days, like in the fall, but you can also wear in the warmer days in the winter. It really depends on where you live. This one I picked because it has a really beautiful cut and it's different from everything that I own. I actually do have a white coat, but it has pockets in the front and it's more of a straight fit. This one's a little bit shorter and it has kind of a balloon feel when it comes to the sleeves. So this caught my attention right away. And the second thing was the belt. The belt, just so you know, is removable. So you can just tie in your waist if you want. You can take the belt completely, or you can put around your hips. That's something that I normally don't do because it emphasizes my hips. But somehow I think this coat in particular with the pants worked really well, especially if you're wearing heels. If you feel a little bit taller, I think it's easier to work around that situation with your hips. If I wear this coat like this with sneakers, then it would change my proportions so much because my top part is going to look much bigger than my bottom part, and that would not be very flattering for me. But I absolutely love this one. It's really warm and the buttons are so unique. I love the contrast with this dark button and the white fabric. The second one I wanted to show you is a puffer, and this is something that I think every wardrobe should have just because it's very functional. This one in particular has my favorite fabric for this time of the year, which is corduroy, and it's cotton. So sometimes you can have corduroy that's in polyester, like mainly synthetics, but this one in particular is a cotton, so a very good quality. And I love the fact that it has two colors. I think this all in black would be nice, but because it has this camel color, like this brown on the collar, I think it looks really cute. They have this in white as well, and I almost picked the white, but I decided to go with the black because I think I'm gonna wear this a lot more over the winter, like fall and winter. I think this is more of a winter coat. I don't think I would wear this in the fall unless it's like a freezing day like we have sometimes. But in general, I would say puffers are better for winter when it's really cold. This is super thick. It feels like a down comfort when you put on. And there is one feature that's really cool, which is a little tie here around the waist. So you can make this a little bit more cinched if you want this to look a little shorter or just more cinched around your waist, which I really love because usually those puffers, they can be a little overwhelming and just too thick on us, like can definitely overwhelm our frame. But this one in particular, I really love, especially because it's short enough to reveal a little bit of your hips and your waist, depending on your height, of course. So I really love that one, and I really wanted to share with you. And one more coat I wanted to show you is something that actually surprised me because I never really liked parkas. I get why they're so popular and so important because they're super functional, but I always stayed away from those. And I wanted to show you the highlights, like the good parts about this coat and what I didn't like so much. So I'll start with what I didn't like. I think if you are shorter than me, this would be great for you. And the reason is because the tie around the waist is actually too high for me. So it's above my belly button. And that, to me at least, when I close the coat, feels a little bit unflattering and just too high in general. But if you are shorter, that would be perfect for you. If you're taller, I'd stay away unless you want to wear this only open, which I actually do a lot. I have so many coats here in my wardrobe that I wear just without zipping up, and that's something I actually do. But obviously, when it's too cold, you cannot do that. So I love the fact that this has the zipper in the front, it has some buttons as well, and you can tie in case you want. I think one of the best parts about the coat is first the color. It's beautiful, it's versatile, it's something that will go with so many different shades. And the second part I love the most is this little furry part here. I think it's so beautiful and it feels really great. It's all padded, so very warm and really, really comfortable. And these three coats really caught my attention, as well as the first one that I showed you, the gray. They have this in brown as well, but because I have the brown video coming up, I decided to style the gray for you. So I hope you like these combinations. Make sure that you stay tuned so you can see my video with brown pieces and suede pieces. I have so many videos coming up for you, and if you have any suggestions or requests, always feel free to write them down in the comment section. And again, all the links will be down below and all my measurements as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.